Shall we begin?
Welcome to the Happy Monster Cast. I'm your host, Scott Marchand Davis of Happy Monster Press.
Let's begin now.
This week on the Happy Monster Cast, the heroes of SET Alpha 1-2 have their first encounter with Coalition forces.
Hi, my name is Ron. I'll be playing Philip Marlowe, the robot pilot Ace.
My name is Brendan. I will be playing Leviticus Overton, a quick flex glitter boy.
Hi, my name is Frankie. I'm playing Kuva, a Simvin Burster.
Hi, my name is Jong Soo, and I will be playing an elf cyber knight named Mingbi.
Hi, my name is Frank, and I'm playing Click, a Tremidor Techno Wizard.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bob, and I'm playing Quinlan, who's an elven leyline walker.
Previously on the Happy Monster Cast. You guys are continuing with your two missions that the Tomorrow Legion has assigned you. One of them is to locate the Seal of Solomon. To that end, you are headed north into Coalition territory to investigate the possibility that it has arrived in Chi-Town. Your second mission is to investigate the mysterious appearances like Hamilton the Toaster Bot and Zell and the space pirates and see if there are more that appear and if there's something you can learn from them. You spot a human woman on the ground, and she is waving frantically at you. She is armored. She's armed with a laser pistol, laser rifle, vibro sword, pretty typical armaments. She appears to be a Native American woman. It's my village. It's been taken over. Are you familiar with the creatures known as neuron beasts? They have completely bewitched my village. They had me too, but I had a mystical experience. Our sacred tree broke me from the spell and told me to seek out help. The tree said that if I came this way, I would find noble heroes who could assist me in freeing my people.
Pretty smart tree.
She does a noble challenge to the Neuron Beast, and then she runs back towards the ambush site. So you guys are kind of clustered up around your heavy artillery as Lady Mimby is sprinting in at top speed using... Okay, you've got a faint radar return. This thing's invisibility does not extend to radar transparency. However, your shot's going to be at a significant disadvantage because it is a very faint radar return.
I will go ahead and use the boom gun right on my point. At the same time, I use the loudspeaker to tell everybody this is, the beastie is invisible, and this is where I'm pretty sure it is.
Well, you definitely hit him, and he is out of bennies. So with that hit, he comes back into visibility and is also in the process blown into tiny little pieces.
Okay, boomer.
Thank you. Smart ass.
All right. So let me recap. Last time, in your journey towards Chi-Town to investigate the likely location of the Seal of Solomon, you encountered yet another one of these strange beings that appears to have been summoned in from some kind of parallel universe. In this case, a woman of Native American descent calling herself a mischievous child. She had a problem with a neuron beast in her village, which is certainly nothing that you want to trifle with. And you managed to take care of that problem for her quite handily. You stomped the neuron beast hard and its trusty cadre of mind melters as well, earned her gratitude and built the legend of the Tomorrow Legion a bit. And now you have headed on north towards Chi-Town.
All right.
So things have gotten a little more interesting here in that you're now moving into the territories where the farmlands that support the various cities of the coalition state exist. So this is maybe a little bit more of a high risk area now. Do you guys change anything about how you're proceeding in terms of your order of march or anything else?
I don't think so.
I'm going to want to be in the front, so out of my way. Have we hit the areas where I should be like tinting the windows on the big boy?
You probably have, yeah. So one question is, are you steering clear of the farm settlements, or just kind of trying to stay in quieter areas, or what's your game plan here?
How you want me to drive, boss?
What's the most direct route?
Most direct route, you're eventually going to hit roads, and those roads will pass through towns and villages.
Are they large? Like, are we going to pass by them, or are we going to linger?
Well, you would be driving right through. You wouldn't necessarily have to linger, but you wouldn't be unobtrusive, considering that you have a giant power mecha glitter boy and an armed assault vehicle.
Were we given orders that we were supposed to be surreptitious at all, or? Nope,
just cautioned about the dangers of being an obvious DB in the coalition states. They're not too fond of non-humans.
That's right. Fine. We'll sneak around a bit.
Okay, so you're not taking necessarily the most direct route, but you're still going to be passing through
hiding. We're not traveling by night or anything like this.
Right. But you are still passing through farmlands, and as you do so, you pick up very quickly, a couple of days after leaving Mischievous Child behind, a serious disturbance. There's radar returns all over the place, both on the ground and in the air. A few miles ahead, you can hear the sounds of combat on some of your more sensitive audio equipment.
Can we tell what all the activity is?
Other than it looks like a fight, not immediately without doing some more work with your sensors.
Can we do that without getting detected?
Right.
You can certainly use passive sensors, listening on radio and that sort of thing.
Do we still have the a drone, right, that we can send forward for scanning purposes?
You do still have a drone, yes.
Is that reasonably unobtrusive?
Come here, Fluffy.
Your winged kitty is reasonably unobtrusive, yes. You also have a wide range of passive sensors in your suits.
Okay. Well, why don't we start with the passive sensors in the suits, and then maybe try to directionalize things, and then, send the drone in for higher res stuff as needed.
Okay. So you start with the passive sensors. You start scanning radio frequencies and such. And very quickly, one of the first things you do is you check out the coalition frequencies. And there is a coalition unit over there. And it's very clear from their radio chatter that they're dealing with a rift. And with some nasty things that came out of the rift.
Are my ley line senses tingling like off the charts?
You definitely you definitely sense a rift in that same direction, about the same distance as you're seeing the radar returns.
Excellent.
So we're not necessarily here to help out the coalition folks. We're only here, obviously, ideally, to avoid them.
That is a fair statement. On the other hand, they're as you're listening to the chatter, they're sending distress calls and indicating that there are civilians on the ground that are at risk from these rift entities.
Well, I got to say, guys, as a glitter boy, that kind of decides it for me. I really can't stand by and let this happen.
I think the more they send help messages, the more we're likely to run across somebody who's going to notice that we probably shouldn't be here.
Now, we don't think it's any kind of a trap or anything. We actually think this is happening. We have no reason to suspect.
You can make a notice check to see if this sounds like something that doesn't quite hold water, but certainly from the initial indications that you're hearing,
seems like everything is on the up and up.
Yeah, Leviticus, you're pretty confident. They don't appear to have even noticed you guys. They're not mentioning you at all. So you feel reasonably confident that this is legitimate. It's not a trap.
Okay, so we've already established that they would actually be okay with a glitter boy because they don't know that I'm an alien.
They have a little bit of concern just because of the glitter boy wars with Quebec, but it's not so much of a concern that they're likely to say, hey, get out of my face or something like that. Certainly not when they're in trouble.
Because what I'm thinking is we could split up, and the ones that they're reasonably chill with could go in and assist initially. And then if it looks like everything's going south, then the rest of our strike force can come in and aid against these rift people.
I mean, I think it's worth going to observe at least.
I'm going to launch Fluffy in that direction.
Okay, yeah. So Fluffy heads out, and very quickly you can determine that this is a major melee. What you're seeing on the coalition side is a unit of SAMAS battle armor. And you're all familiar with this. It's kind of iconic for the coalition. This is winged power armor. It's quite formidable. It's one of the better weapons in the coalition arsenal. And these guys are engaged with creatures that you have not seen before, but they don't look friendly. They're man-sized, crustacean-like flying entities with a head that looks like a collection of pyramided fleshy rings covered in antennae.
So you got flying armor and flying crab people.
Yes.
Are they guys? Is this an aerial combat thing or a ground combat?
Some of the combat's going on in the air, but you can see that some of the SAMAS units are on the ground. There appear to be 6 of them. There are 2 of them on the ground that are fighting some of these creatures, and they appear to be defending a group of farmers.
Okay, well, my instinct would be to help out the group that's defending the farmer.
So that would be the coalition units.
Yeah.
I really don't like these guys, says Philip. I don't trust them.
Yeah.
How beat up do they look?
They look like they've taken some punishment, and you can see that there are at least 3 other SAMAS armor crashed and burning on the ground.
And how are the aliens looking? I mean, because the last set of aliens that came through the rift for us were not looking to come and destroy us. I mean, there was some miscommunication there, but
it's looking more like these guys are hostile. They're definitely coming down after both the farmers and the SAMAS units. It's possible it's a miscommunication. You could certainly try to communicate with these creatures, but they certainly don't look friendly.
I guess if we try to communicate, we might bring unwanted attention, unless we're committed to engaging.
I'm committed to engaging.
Should we observe a little bit, or you're all in?
I am seeing innocents under threat, and I am feeling a strong urge to go defend the innocent.
I'm holding until you guys decide what to do, and I'll follow your order.
Defend the innocent. How do you know for sure who the innocents are?
I am assuming that the unarmed farmers who are being attacked by the aliens are the ones.
Yeah.
They're the underdogs, certainly. I mean, they may be guilty. Okay, I'm not saying they're totally innocent. I'm saying that this is not a fair fight, and they're being picked on. And the odds are that they are the ones who are being victimized.
Could we get within sniping range?
You absolutely can close the range in relatively short order.
All right, let's get closer.
Could we get within unnoticed?
All right. Do I have a sniper rifle?
Unnoticed is an open question. You're in farmland, so there's not a whole lot of cover.
Right, fields and stuff.
If they weren't so busy, they probably would have seen you already.
Well, we can't just sit here all day.
I want to attack.
Attack from the sky.
I'm attacking the bad guys that are attacking the farmers. I'm gonna
Bad guys.
Okay,
Yes.
So you guys are moving in. All right.
I'm waiting for order, and then I'll move on order.
I'm gonna trail, but okay. We're
Yeah,
all going.
Leviticus is moving in.
Okay, then I'm going to.
Click, you're driving the big boss with most of the other folks in it. The Gunwolf is trailing. What's your plan here?
Oh, are you on the Gunwolf? Boss? Who's in the big? Who's driving with me?
Everybody but
I
Philip
haven't
and Leviticus.
I haven't left the big boss, so
Yeah, everybody but Leviticus and Philip are in the big boss.
So I'm not. I'm in the sky.
Right.
so as we're closing and we're watching it, it looks like the farmers are just defending themselves.
Well, the farmers are pretty much cowering. The SAMAS guys are defending the farmers, which makes sense because they're coalition farmers. All right, so Leviticus is out in front. Philip is lagging behind. The big boss is in the middle. Let's throw some of these guys out on the table.
Are there?
So down here, you've got a couple of the 2 SAMAS guys, and they're duking it out with 4 of these guys.
Ooh, how bizarre looking.
And then up in the air, you've got a dogfight between 4 more of the SAMAS guys and 8 more of these creatures. And the creatures are doing are not. They don't seem to be too concerned about fighting power armor.
Oh, are they making a dent in the, I don't know, shells?
It seems about even, where they've taken out at least 3 or 4 of the SAMAS units, and the SAMAS units have taken out a couple of these aliens as well.
Do the aliens appear to be wearing armor?
And what's the standard weaponry for the SAMAS units?
So that is an excellent question. According to your briefings from the Tomorrow Legion folks, your typical Coaltion SAMAS unit, so it's powered armor, so it's already boosted equipment. The SAMAS itself is typically armed with a light railgun and missiles.
They don't seem to be particularly effective. Is that correct?
It looks like a fairly even fight.
Okay.
The creatures are maneuverable. They're clearly dangerous.
All right.
Okay, so you guys
Guess
are
if
closing
nothing
in.
else, and we help them, we'll win some goodwill. So there's
Okay,
that.
so click. So I'm going to say initial ranges. Leviticus, since you charged in, you're now at 40 inches. The big boss is at 80, and the Gunwolf is at 120
inches. That's medium range for a rifle.
Yeah. and you're well within range for the boom gun.
Okay.
So, Click, you're up first.
So, bottom left corner, these are the people that are attacking the farmers. We got 2 Samuses and 4 bugs.
That's correct.
I think I'm going to drop a fireball in the middle of the 4 bugs.
Oh man.
Let's see.
Nothing like subtle.
There we go.
What's your range? Yeah, you're definitely.
That's nothing like subtle.
Yeah.
All right.
Nobody else
Like a
noticed
meat
that
axe.
Oh, 16.
Hot damn.
Nice.
Gracious.
Ooh.
Yowza.
Ooh.
Yowza.
Well done.
That's a good
Goodness.
fireball. That's fine.
That's a fire.
All right. So you incinerate 2 of them with the fireball launcher.
Wow.
Okay, Kuva.
As soon as I get in range to shoot a flyer, I will engage.
Okay, so that'll take another round of flying towards them before you're close enough for that.
Okay. Can I activate my flame armor since I'm at a distance?
You can, but you will then cook your griffin.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, never mind.
All right, that takes us to the creatures, and they are going to be engaging both on the ground and in the air. They are attacking with their claws.
Oh.
Yep. So looking at the airborne ones first, they're swooping in and striking at the Coalition guys. So the first one was a 1, misses. The second one is a 7 that hits for a 16 mega damage, which on a Samus pilot. So that takes one of the Samus pilots out of the sky. Yeah, it just shredded his armor.
Jinky. All right.
Ooh.
Another one hits. Another one misses with a 1. Another one hits one of the guys in the air with a 6. Does 19 damage this time and takes him out of the air. And 2 more. One hits with a 6.
Smokes.
One hits with a 14.
Holy cow.
This might explain why the Samus guys are having so much trouble.
Who is rolling
Oh
for
my
these
God.
guys?
That's insane.
Law of averages is high.
Oh, there it goes again. Oh,
What is happening there?
NEM. All right. Wow. Okay. Actually,
That's a 29.
oh, look at what is that?
That's crazy.
That's fudge in a chocolate
You got a
factory.
special
Crazy.
setting on this one here, Scott? What did he?
No. That's a
Wow.
38.
That's
So,
unreal.
so that all 4 of the Samus guys are down.
Wow. Okay. I actually had thought going into this that if these Coalition guys did not appreciate our help and were going to turn on us or something, then we might have to mop them up too. But I could see that these guys are doing our job for us.
At least now there's only one mess to clean up.
So that's a 22 on one of the Samus guys on the ground.
Holy cow.
The other one
That's
misses.
ridiculous.
Wow.
The other one, yeah, the
I'm
other
so
one
glad
misses
we-
with a 3.
I'm so glad
And,
we engaged. Oh my
Wow.
God.
And
How
that
many of these guys are left?
annihilates that 1. That annihilates with a 26.
my
The
gosh.
second to last Samus guy. So there's precisely 1 guy left. Now, Lady
What?
Mindy,
What in the world?
you are riding shotgun in the big boss. So if you
Yeah.
want to shoot,
Yeah, no. I'm
the
I'm
lightning
ready.
cannon is in range.
Yes, please. My
Okay,
God.
let's do that. Let's shoot for the larger group. Who's the only one left standing? I'm assuming that they're here or something.
Now, the last Samus guy's down here
Oh, okay.
fighting on the ground, trying to protect the farmers. So there's 2 guys on the ground trying to protect the farmers and 8 guys up in the air.
Holy cow.
So, nope, that hits easily. So that is 14 mega damage, and you pretty much vaporize this guy
Nice. Very nice.
with the 7 on the shooting and 14 mega damage. Okay, that takes us to the last surviving Samus pilot,
That is unfortunate.
and he's not backing off.
Okay, well,
Okay. Well,
good
gotta
for
love
him.
him. Sweet.
All right, he's going to do something a little bit risky.
At least he's
Oh,
good
boy.
at his job.
Okay, it's bonus season.
He is going to first take a railgun shot at the creature that's on the ground,
Oh,
which hits.
Money. Big money.
Not the greatest damage ever, but these things, while they are very, very dangerous, they don't seem to be all that tough. So he hits with a 5, and that is enough to shake the guy on the ground.
that was unexpected.
Yep. And then he also shoots at one of the ones up in the air. Hits with a 7, despite the multi-action penalty. and he punches a railgun shot right through its chest, and it comes crashing to the ground.
Ow. Hey, well done.
All right, Leviticus, you're up.
Right. Given the fact that these guys are not, my boom gun will have an area effect, right?
Not anymore. No, the new Suede boom gun is a single shot, so you could take out the guy on the ground, or you could go for the ones in the air.
Okay, but either way, I would have to spend this round planting, correct?
Or you would go flying backwards violently if you fired it.
How far backwards would I go flying? Because I could always run forward next turn.
You could. Let me review. It's been a while since I had somebody do this.
I mean, I don't want to be bouncing Betty over here, but on the other hand,
Racing the big boss.
Probably not far enough to hit the big boss.
What could possibly happen?
This will be fun. Come on.
Put that on my tombstone.
What could possibly happen?
So you would be blown back up to 12 inches, so up to 25 yards. And you would be knocked prone and stunned.
Okay, well, I'm not going to do that. All right, I'm going to use the juicer rifle.
Yeah,
which is not a bad damage considering these guys look kind of weak. And I'm going to target the guy on the ground.
Okay, take your shot.
How many? No, I only have one penny left. I'm not going to use it.
The 6 hits.
Oh, it does. Oh,
yes.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. Unexpected.
These guys have no cover, and
Okay.
that you fire the laser and you cook its weird looking head.
Sweet. There you go.
Okay.
I am dangerous, even without my boom gun.
And the SAMAS guy comes on and says, unidentified units. This is Coaltion SAMAS patrols, Delta 37. Engage the creatures in the air. I repeat, engage the creatures in the air.
Okay, I'm off mic on this. Yeah, good idea. Thanks. Good. Okay, excellent tactics, dude. Thanks.
Brilliant observation, guys.
We were going to shoot the farmers.
Yeah, why did I think of that?
I was just keeping my gun pointed to the ground because, good handling.
You're not the boss.
We got it.
These coalition guys are not very bright.
Let
It's
him
because they
know
were,
that we
eating donuts.
understand.
Okay. So I give them my thumbs up.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, dude, we got it.
Hey, boss. Hey, boss. This is Philip. Is Legion picking up the tab on my ammo? Because I can drop some missiles on these guys.
Is who picking up the tab on these?
Is the Tomorrow Legion picking? He wants to know if the Tomorrow Legion is picking up the tab for his ammunition.
Sure. I mean, we're kind of like emissary.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, then. And out of the Gunwolf's chest erupts a barrage of 4 missiles.
Oh, man.
Hello.
What? Ouch.
Only 2 of which actually hit.
So it would be a little more impressive but that's okay.
However,
the first one that hits blasts 2 of these creatures out of the sky.
Okay.
And the second one that hits does the
Well
same.
done. Okay.
I take back my laughter about those missiles.
The other 2 explode harmlessly nearby. Okay, Quinlan.
Can I run up close enough to havoc all 3 of the remainders?
Not yet. You'd have to wait for the big boss to close in a bit more.
All right. So, yeah, I'll just hold off then.
Okay. And Zell is doing likewise. She's waiting for things to close in, which will bring us to a new turn.
Okay.
Woo! All right, Kuva, you picked up the red joker, and you are now in dogfighting range of these creatures.
I'm in range now. I would like to throw a couple of firebolts.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to spend the extra power points to do extra damage if I can. Ooh.
Yep, you definitely can, and that will hit with a raise. You don't even need the extra D6. That's enough to cook one of these guys.
Awesome.
Wow.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Okay, Gunwolf comes running up.
There's only 2 more of these things.
Yep, and he's going to lob he's going to try to hit them both with his ion cannon. And the ion cannon fails.
Oh, ouch.
Hey, boss, I hope you're picking up repairs.
Shooting like that, we'll talk about it.
Okay, I hear that happens to lots of people. Never me, but lots of people.
Yep. Quinlan, you are up.
Am I in range to havoc these 2?
Not yet.
You're never going to get to havoc.
I'll hold.
Okay. Click.
They're still in the air, yes?
Yes, they are.
Close to each other?
They're within medium burst template range, so you'd have a shot at hitting them both with a fireball.
Fireball it is. I like this gun.
That will hit with a 5.
Oh,
And with 16 damage,
Nice.
that is enough to fry the other 2.
sweet.
Other 2? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my.
Well, it's a big fireball.
Okay.
So the Samus guy is like, unidentified airborne DB, land immediately or you will be fired upon.
Dude,
You're welcome.
All right.
I'm about to can opener guy.
It's like, identify yourselves. You are trespassing on Coalition territory.
We're tourists.
On a mission from God. No,
We're
sorry.
tourists.
Sorry. I was back in Chicago for a moment there. Okay.
That's right. We can't be trespassing if we're tourists. That's the rule.
Like, I repeat, identify yourselves. And he has his railgun trained on you, specifically on Griff, who he seems to think is the most dangerous of the lot of you, which shows what he knows.
How dare you.
We would appreciate your pointing that gun away from us if you care for our cooperation. Who is this dick anyway? I don't ask him who the dick is.
Was that an open mic?
Says, this is Coalition. I repeat, this is Coalition SAMAS Patrol Delta 37. Who are you people?
Really? Okay, fine.
You will identify yourselves immediately or I will be forced to open fire.
Yeah, we're Coalition Auxiliary 729 on Secret Patrol.
Double secret.
Oh, let's not go
Is
there.
it start combat?
How much? Okay, so how much of a I don't know. Are we trying to keep undercover or not really? Like we're just on our way to look for.
You're riding a Griffin, so it's pretty obvious you're not Coalition.
Yeah, no, we got that. If he is correct in his assumptions, so there's that.
You don't need to be stealthy if you don't leave any witnesses alive. I'm just saying.
That's true too.
We just saved the farmers.
Well, yes, that's true.
We just saved the farmers.
Damn it.
Yeah.
We'll be on our way. No. He's trying to be serious. He's the only man left or whatever. Same as pilot left standing. We did come to his aid.
We could just walk away.
We will identify ourselves and be on our way.
Okay, so you identify yourselves as Tomorrow Legion. He says, all right, well, I've heard of you people. And, I just got to let you know, official Coalition policy is that you're to be treated with extreme suspicion, especially given that, you're rolling with some DBs here. That's a Simbin on the back of that Griffin, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Well, official Shadow Legion policy is to let you folks die at the hands of crab people. But, we bend the rules a little bit, okay? So how about a little...
That's really not what I've heard about you people, I have to say.
Then clearly you were mistaken in the rumors
I
you've
had heard that you people would just let innocent civilians or even Coalition personnel die. Maybe I was wrong about you people, but that's not what the rumor mill says.
Okay, so I pull myself up to my full noble height and I say, am I not a glitter boy?
You are, but anyone who fought in Free Quebec, like my squad leader over there, and he points to one of the smoking ruins of armor, knows that glitter boys aren't perfect.
I only regret that we were not able to save more of your companions.
I appreciate you coming in here. And like I said, I've heard unofficially good things about you people. So my inclination is to say that an unidentified mercenary unit assisted with the disposal of these creatures and omit any reference to any DBs in my patrol report.
That would be fine.
I'd say you're good folk.
Do we see evidence of the rift that these things came through?
You do, and you also see, and it's very obvious to Quinlan, that it is closing.
Sweet. Quickly.
So it shouldn't cause further problems, right?
That's your immediate thought, but it's possible it could reopen.
All right.
Are you going to raise this concern with the Samus pilot?
The rift might reopen?
Yeah.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
Agreed.
just
There's farmers out of there, right?
right to let them know that this is a possibility and that they might want to add this area to their patrols.
He says, we're aware of the possibility. It's standard practice for Coalition field units to report rifts, and we'll send a quarantine team down here to deal with it.
All right.
If you don't mind my asking, where are you folks bound?
You, boss.
Oh, trust me. He was about to shoot at us, guys.
Yeah, we kind of established a bit of a rapport.
Trying to establish a rapport.
Says,
north.
Name's Jones, by the way.
Leviticus Jones. Pleased to meet you.
Yeah. Thanks for your what is it?
Hospitality.
Support.
Thanks for your I don't know. Keeping quiet about this.
Discretion.
And yeah.
Where
we're heading north, right?
Seems only right considering. Yeah, you're heading north into Coalition territory as it happens.
So we are heading north. Anything we should watch out for?
Well, you're headed more into Coalition territory, so I'd advise you to keep that winged creature out of sight.
Chill.
Yeah, no, we're aware.
Chill.
Okay.
But otherwise, should only get safer as you go further north. Patrols will get thicker, but as you get further into Coalition territory, we don't like to risk any sort of disturbances in that arena. And it's been pretty quiet since the Tolkien situation was settled. I have to say I'm kind of grateful I wasn't there for that. Everything I heard about it said it was pretty horrific.
Hey, I kind of say quietly on like sort of private channel, is it worth asking Jones if he saw that streak of golden light from the object that we're chasing? Or should we not mention that?
You could ask.
You could ask. We might have to kill him depending on how he reacts. But yeah,
Good point.
Feel free to ask.
Damn, and we had such a rapport going too. Hey, Jones.
Well,
I don't just say anything strange.
Hey, Jones. Anything strange happen? This was like 4 days ago or whatever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. So I list the day. So it was 4. Let's say it was 4 days ago.
Actually, no. At this point, it was about 20 days ago. So it was about 3 weeks ago.
Oof.
Okay.
Which actually helps because he has a better chance of maybe being in or around the city then.
Right. Okay. So I put the question to him. Hey, were there any weird atmospheric phenomenon or meteors or streaks in the sky or anything like that 3 weeks ago, about 21 days?
How did you guys know about that?
Oh, some of our astronomers saw some stuff and, they kind of mentioned it. I was just kind of curious about how far away that kind of stuff is visible.
Well, there was kind of a weird, for lack of a better term, sort of a streak in the sky. Don't really have a better way to describe it. Popped out about 3 weeks ago. There was a broadcast on it on the Coalition News Network. Basically said that it was kind of strange because you don't usually hear from Emperor Prosek on things like that. But for whatever reason, the Emperor himself decided to clue us in on what was going on there. He said it was an attempted attack by the Federation of Magic.
What?
And that it had been foiled by our special Psi Stalker units dedicated to countering enemy arcane types. You people, basically. Except Federation of Magic, not you personally.
That's kind of weird because we were told a different story by the folks down south.
Interesting. What were you told?
Well, we were just told that it was a phenomenon, but wasn't quite sure if it was natural or some kind of an artifact that it just kind of, came from the south and it headed north and, not really a lot of information about it. But if anybody saw anything similar, they should report it. Interesting.
Yeah. Well,
I want to search one of the bodies. Sorry.
Don't do it now.
The Samus guys or the Samus guys or the creatures?
Not the Samus guys. I'll leave them alone.
Yeah.
So they don't seem to have any kind of technology or anything like that on them. Just they're creatures.
Right, while you guys are jammering, I'm going to light it on fire and play with it.
Oh my God.
Wow. Okay. Hey, can we test them for the same kind of vibration as on Hamilton, the toaster bot?
Yes. The Samus guys or the other guys or both?
Can we do it unobtrusively on the Samus guys?
Yeah. It's just a matter of popping popping his goggles on.
Yeah. Why don't we do that?
Do check. I'm more concerned about the crab alien things.
The crab aliens and the armored guys, the Samus guys.
Oh.
Okay. You do so, and as it happens, you don't pick up anything.
Nothing.
Really?
Yeah, they appear to be completely normal.
What?
They came through the rift, though.
They came through a rift, but they're not giving that weird magical resonance that you saw earlier.
Oh, okay.
Normal rift.
Interesting. So normal rift, not like an alternate Earth rift.
Does my ability to read the fire do, Scott?
With the flames of the basically, you can get an image of what happened in the past based on a fire.
Okay, since I'm burning this demon's body, can I see what happened like as soon as the fight started or how it initiated?
You can, and you sort of go into a trance, and the other guy gives you a really funny look. And the same as pilot, what is that? What's he doing? But you go into this trance, and you look back into the past, and what you see is the creatures emerging from the rift and swooping down to attack the farm. And some of the farmers were killed right away, but they managed to find shelter, and the SAMAS patrol responded fast enough that only a handful of them were injured.
Huh. Okay. All right. Did your emperor tell you anything about what happened to that magical, what he called a magical attack?
He just said that there was an attack by the Federation, and that the attack had been foiled, and that was pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't know what else to tell you.
Right. So the SAMAS patrols, nothing special about them, nothing special about the crab things, and they seem to have actually been malign towards the farmers, huh?
Yeah, they were. The creatures were definitely anti-farmer.
Plants. They're against plants.
Or just anti-everything is possible.
After I see the vision, I would communicate that everything's as it seems. Creatures did come through the rift.
Okay. All right. Well, then, I think our work here is done. Thank you very much, Jones. Good luck in your patrols.
Yeah, I'll be returning to base. We don't normally like to patrol solo, and unfortunately, that's the situation I find myself in. I'll get a dispatch out, return to base, get a team out here to deal with the debris and set up a quarantine around that rift.
Okay, great.
Cool.
All right.
So as we move out of communications range with this guy, I say, he just referred to the corpses of his teammates as debris. Fucking Coalition.
Is that over an open channel?
No, I mean just our private channel here. I don't want to broadcast that. Jesus, Coalition.
All right, so that will head you further north into Coalition territory.
Right.
Okay, and off we go. So now we know something more about the reception we can expect to receive for some of our party.
Yep.
And we know more about the Golden Streak as the thing. We know it definitely came through, and that the Coalition cared enough about it. Yeah, cared enough about it to make up a story.
Right.
So I'm gonna make sure to clothe my more revealing parts, like gloves and whatnot, if I can, when I'm not fighting, just to cover up a bit more, because I was wearing a cloak and he still recognized me. So I'm gonna see if I can do something else about it.
Well, you're wearing a cloak, but you're also casting fireballs from your hands. So
very true.
And riding what, from the Coalition's perspective, is a monster.
Yeah, that's true.
That's like walking around Terran Dark, son.
You don't understand. It's not you, it's them.
Yep.
Yeah. Sure.
Anti-magic, bigoted jerks.
Oh, man.
Well, there is a pragmatic side about it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, the Coalition has a lot of issues, but they are a major source of order in North America. So there is that.
Yeah. Order. Sure. Yep. Order. Hey.
The suits were great.
All right.
You can follow Happy Monster Press on Facebook as Happy Monster Press, at our website, happymonsterpress.com, Twitter as Happy Monster PRS, or follow the podcast on YouTube, Stitcher Radio, Spotify, iTunes, or Google Play Music. The Happy Monster Cast is part of the Savage Worlds Media Network. This game references the Savage Worlds game system available from Pinnacle Entertainment Group at www.peginc.com. It is unofficial media content permitted under the Media Network Content Agreement. This content is not managed, approved, or endorsed by Pinnacle Entertainment Group. Certain portions of the materials used are the intellectual property of Pinnacle, and all rights are reserved. Savage Worlds, all related settings and unique characters, locations, and characters' logos and trademarks are copyrights of Pinnacle Entertainment Group. All other content is the intellectual property of Happy Monster Press. Some adventure concepts sourced from the Anything Can Happen Thursdays group on MeWe, formerly on Google+. Background music is Ice Cold by Jason Shaw.
Oh, for sure.